Good morning and welcome to What's New with Mike and Jeff, your Saturday morning hobby hangout coming to you live via the interwebs. I'm your host, Mike, and with me is Jeff.
I couldn't help myself. I had to do it.
StreamYard just keeps adding new and new improvements to their platform.
It's awesome.
Did you notice Joe's asking if we're having a show, so he must be a little delayed because he's suing us
What?
for the not having a show last week.
Um,
I'm just sending him a message back.
Hang on a minute. I'm trying to find the compassion to care.
Anyways, they keep adding new and new features. I don't know if you noticed the thumbnail I used. Good morning, Don.
Morning, Don.
On the Facebook pages and stuff.
I did.
That's like a AI generated thumbnail that when I was setting up the show, it was like, hey, do you want AI to create your thumbnail? I'm like, well, let's see what the computer has to say. And I kind of scrolled through all the different features and I was like, this is kind of cool. So I was able to make a little thumbnail. So now I've got to get a little bit more creative. There you are. Yes, we're here, Joe. To come up with something for the thumbnails because it just takes whatever you type for your title.
Okay.
And it just puts it in, just basically gives you a background. But I want to see if I can add maybe some backgrounds of like painted miniatures or something like that. I don't know. We'll see. What Don have to say here? Yeah, sometimes it takes a while for Facebook to show us. Yes, Facebook is delayed.
I also need to talk to D on how. I mean, I'm not sure what's going on with the Imperial Outpost page. I'm hoping it doesn't go anywhere. I just want to make sure he's not planning on doing something with it, so we can keep streaming to that too. So
I just want to keep the spirit of IOG alive. Darren posted the last and final photos of IOG and it was actually emotional photos. I was just like,
he and I talked quite a bit during that whole process. We probably talked every other night for a long time. Just kind of keeping things going. He's up in Montana now, so
he's officially moved.
No, he's made his first trip to move stuff up. He's flying back down, going to take another load back up, then fly back down and take his final load probably by the end of this month.
Okay. Good morning, Raymond.
Morning, Raymond.
Yeah.
Just so you guys know, Mike and I are like wizards. We show up exactly when we mean to.
Joe is having a little fun and made up like this fake lawyer, like it's all on Discord. It was hilarious.
Absolutely. It was actually funny.
And then I responded back as best I could in my lawyer lingo. And I was laughing the whole time. And then David chimed in. It's like, I want to join this class action lawsuit. And I'm like, okay.
We need to have a conversation with Dave that I love showing his pictures, but it's also about painting miniatures.
I made a comment at the very end of my post saying, I think I said something like, get back to painting miniatures, and this includes you, David.
Speaking of legalities, Joe had put up something that was released they were a bunch of pumpkins.
Oh.
You all remember all the pumpkins I painted and painted. Well, just so everybody knows, I am under a legal contract, bound by law, to only be able to paint pumpkins for Darren's Halloween event. And he's already booked me for this year.
You're booked solid.
Yeah, because I told him, he goes, I need you to paint more pumpkins. I said, oh, dude, that's going to cost you. I'm known as a Space Wolf player, but in most circles, I'm the pumpkin guy.
You're the Pumpkin King.
I'm the Pumpkin King. So
yes, Andy and I spent a couple days in Disneyland, and they had the Haunted Mansion all set up with the pumpkin.
Ooh, that's got to be fun.
It was a blast. We celebrated her 50th birthday.
Well, give my bestie my congratulations on her 50th.
Yes. For guys turning 50, it's just another day. But for ladies, it's a bigger thing. So we wanted to go out and do it right. Came in Discord on LSD about the Facebook page. May rename it, but community is worth keeping. Yes, I agree 100%, Joe. The community is worth it. So yeah, we got to do the Club 33 dinner.
Sweet.
That was it was an experience, a very nice high-end restaurant type experience, 4-course meal type thing, and that was on her birthday. So
Awesome.
we got to do all that and got to dress up. It's weird dressing up and going to Disneyland, like shirt and tie and all that kind of stuff, and walking around.
Yeah, but it's fun. Well, that kind of thing's fun every once in a while.
Yeah.
I mean, Sharon and I used to go to up in Philly on New Year's Eve to a big New Year's Eve ball, and we got I would rent a tux and she'd have an evening gown, and we just had fun.
Yeah,
it was just kind of nice to. It's kind of like role playing a bit. Look, we're real people.
For us, it is, because this is my normal attire.
Yeah, me too. It's t-shirts and jeans, I'm like 1 degree away from mob boss because I've pretty much almost switched over to tracksuits.
Well, if you start wearing the like not turtlenecks, but like the collared shirts and the track suits, and you get a gold chain, we'll start questioning.
Yeah, pretty much. I also have another announcement to make. It's very serious. I am Iron Man.
I am Iron
Man. Yeah, I love doctors are also torture experts because they have got me wearing this heart monitor for the last week. I got to wear it till probably Monday morning, and it's driving me crazy.
I bet. Jeff, roleplay is a responsible adult. My ass. Not gonna happen.
I'm never crossing that line.
No, I'm not getting into that cosplay. David's up at Las Vegas Open, so LVO is in full swing right now, and David's been posting pictures on the Discord.
I did not put his LVO pictures on the show because, again, David, they're not painted miniatures. And
they're real life miniatures.
Huh?
They're real life.
They're real life, but check out Discord because they got some pictures of some good people.
Yes, and it is neat to see David just out there. Like he had this like one little suitcase in his trunk, and there was still a lot of space. And I'm like, oh, you're gonna fill that up with all kinds of stuff.
Real quick. Well, you and I should plan an LVO because we went to LVO and had a great time. We should plan another LVO trip, and because I have some stuff going on. Maybe we can make an LVO trip. I'm trying to get to Depticon this year, so it's gonna be kind of cool.
Well, I want to see. This is the first. I think this is the first year LVO's in the new convention center.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the new convention center. Yeah.
So I kind of want to hear some feedback from the usual YouTubers that will be there, and they'll do like reviews and stuff like that. I kind of want to see how it's all set up because I really lost interest in LVO when it moved to the Rio.
Right.
Because it's off the strip. It's not in the best part of Vegas, and there's nothing for my wife to do.
Well,
that's the big thing for me going to LVOs because my wife's going to want to go with, and there's got to be something for her to do, and there was just nothing for her to do. So that kind of brought it down.
Well, the thing I've read an interesting article that Vegas has had a dramatic drop in attendance across the board, like 15 to 20% down.
Really?
And dropping because of the prevalence of sports gaming just being readily available on your phone now.
Oh, that makes sense.
You can gamble on anything on your phone from all the different sports apps that now have been made legal. And Vegas is really, really feeling between their high prices and the fact that the biggest reason people go to Vegas is gambling. The entertainment, quite frankly, outside of the gambling casinos is for the people that don't gamble that come with people that do. And and they're really struggling right now, from my understanding.
Well, and for gambling itself, especially from the Arizona market, we just opened up a new casino right over off of the 101 in Glendale. Like we now have casinos in this basically the heart. I don't want to say the heart of the city. They're not in Phoenix, but
I don't know if you know this or not, but there was a time when Phoenix was really back in the day was considering bringing casino gambling to Phoenix itself.
Yes.
All the hotels in downtown are wired to have slot machines put in.
Yeah.
They did that in advance just in case.
Well, that may be something that's going to start happening. I know when they initially started gambling in Arizona, that was a huge fight.
Yeah.
I think Governor Rose Moffett was in office at that time.
Right.
With her big beehive hairdo. And there was a huge fight at that time, but times have changed. So
yeah. Well, but they prepped for that when they were building all the big hotel companies were prepping for them to get gambling, which is why this is once goes like a Jeff now brought to you by gambling.
What is this? The entertainment isn't what it once was either.
Yeah,
It's
in Vegas.
different entertainment. I'll say that. And they've opened up some, like, because last time we were there, Andy used to do the tours. Reese's sister used to organize groups, and they would go out and go
Right.
to like the bougie little like artsy fartsy type thing.
Right.
But then she stopped doing that. So I don't know. It just
Well,
changed.
the thing I can tell you for sure is the one city on the planet that's really good at reinventing itself is Vegas.
Yeah.
Because when we went out there, that was back they had started to go get away from the gambling and go more towards a Disneyland kind of a feel. Because they had to adjust for that, and they'll reinvent themselves again and be back. But
yeah, they'll figure out a new avenue to take, and it's Vegas is fun to walk down the strip and see all that stuff. And now that it's at the convention center, there are hotels closer by. So it's not like you have to Uber over or anything like that. So maybe maybe we'll see.
The other thing about the online betting is you can bet on tabletop tennis. I mean, there's some really weird things you can bet on now. Just insane.
Yeah. Well, I don't get it. Like, I'm not a gambler. I'm not to me, gambling is buying a lottery ticket. That's about the extent of my gambling. I've done some gambling in my time, and it's just, to me, it's just not, I don't find the entertainment value in gambling.
I used to enjoy it when we would travel with my in-laws, and I'd go play blackjack with my father-in-law.
Sure.
But it was a good time. I got to spend some time with him. He taught me a lot about playing blackjack. When it was done, I had no desire to go back and try it by myself.
Yeah.
I was like, no, it was fun. I went with Bruce. We had a good time, and we're home now, and I don't miss it. So.
Yeah. Well, and I think in Arizona, because one of the things that Andy and I do like to do is go out and play bingo.
Right.
But I guess there's something in the law in Arizona, because we were looking up the new casino going, why don't they have bingo? It just doesn't make sense. It's such a fun, entertaining thing to do. And I guess something is written in the law about certain type of like bingo and card games, and I believe some of the other games are classified differently than slot machines.
Right. Yeah.
And they're not licensed. They don't have that license. I guess they're trying to obtain that license, but they don't have that license. So I guess it's all electronic and off betting, like football betting and stuff like that.
Right.
But I guess they're not allowed to have bingo. And I'm like, that's kind of
weird.
But I guess it's the classification of the games and everything. But to me, like, bingo's just, it's an old person's game.
Yeah, I enjoy bingo.
I love bingo. Bingo's like, because I always screw up and go bingo, and I'm like, oh yeah, we're not playing that game. Never mind.
I do the same thing, but I was calling my dog.
Bingo, come here. That's hilarious. I love it.
In Maryland, we used to have at GW, there was a gentleman that ran a poker game at his house, and to play, you just put $75 in a pot. And you play poker all night, and whoever had the most chips at the end got the pot.
Oh,
which is legal in Maryland as long as the house doesn't take a cut.
Okay.
So basically, if you each put $100 in, there's $500 in there, and one guy ends the evening with the most chips, he can legally take that $500, not a problem. But if the guy that owned the house that hosted the game kept 100 of it, then that's illegal gambling. And that was always the thing. So we used to play, we got together like once a month and played poker for a short period of time. It was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun, but it wasn't anything where, I was like, oh, I got to go do this somewhere.
I guess for me, it's the entertainment value it provides. If I'm there with Andy playing bingo, we're just having a good time together, just enjoying the moment. But for me to sit at like a roulette table or a craps table, I'm just like, I'll just give you my money and I'll just go about my day, because like it just doesn't excite me that way.
They have not seen the cost of a Land Raider and understand where my money's got to go.
Exactly. I'd rather spend that money on a new model that I'll never build, or
Yeah. Well, I was gonna go. I was online this week getting ready to pick up my Thanksgiving project, which
Oh,
is either going to be a Redeemer Land Raider or a Land Raider Crusader. And I was like, oh look, they're $120 now.
I
I was
have
like,
to save up for this now.
I'm going to have to wait a couple weeks before I can get that.
Yeah, yeah. Well, again, that's just our form of entertainment, though.
Yeah, it's how you pass the time.
Yeah, and that's how
Well,
I look at, like, yes, things are expensive. I get it, blah. But if I'm able to give myself like 10 hours of entertainment out of building, painting, and doing things to that, well, then that cost of entertainment really isn't that expensive. No different than going to a movie, going out to eat, doing any of those other things that you might do. As
right.
long as you can find that entertainment value out of it. It's the compulsion buying that I think gets a lot of people in trouble. Me, just saying, oh, that looks neat, joink, and then I never do anything with it.
Yeah, the announcement of the Space Wolf Kill Team this week was like, oh, that's just all I need. They have a new it's an expansion for Kill Team, and they've introduced Space Wolf Scouts, and those models are absolutely gorgeous.
Are they only available in the Kill
For right
Team?
now, they're only available in the actual expansion. Now, it's not an entire set. I don't think it comes with terrain, but it is the Space Wolf Scouts are great, and it comes with Tau, which has got some very cool Tau models in it.
So it's another one of the 2-player kind of starter
Yeah,
boxes.
yeah. So I'm gonna have to pick that up, but it's like, and I just realized with the Chaos Dwarves and me getting my Spearhead army for that, I still haven't picked up my new Leagues of Votann stuff to finish off my Votann army. It's like it just never stops. Like,
Yeah.
I don't have time to go sit down at a blackjack table or play craps or anything like that because I'm too busy.
You got too many other things to work on. Well, it's just, but they're fun, and you're getting entertainment value out of it. And I guess at the end of the day, that's what we have to look at. Like, I'm painting up this. I'm still working on Jason's Darth Vader, Luke Skywalker scene.
Right.
And I'm not like rushing or anything like that. I'm just kind of enjoying the process of painting this stuff up, and it's been mildly entertaining. And
I want to get back to that because I've been going back to the role playing thing. What Jeff's really been role playing recently is reliving my career when I worked for Orc and Pest Control. So, I have been dealing with our apartment complex has a flea problem in my apartment. Luckily, 2 weeks after my longtime roommate passed away, because we didn't have fleas when he was here. Now I'm infested with fleas, and so are all the other apartments in the building. So it's like, yay!
Yay!
So,
Actually, this is just Jax getting back at you.
It is. It's him. I'm not there to torment you, so I'm going to do this. So, but I've got all his stuff up, and it's been good. So, and I'm still kind of flabbergasted about how hard it actually hit me.
Yeah.
But I missed a little turd. So,
odd timing.
Very odd timing. Very odd timing.
Very odd timing. But it happens. You mentioned that the complex. Do you guys do winter grass in Maryland?
No.
Okay. But you mentioned they were cutting the grass, so they might have.
Yeah, they were cutting. They cut the grass around the building, and I'm right next to a large, for lack of a better word, pasture. Kind of, that's the largest section of grass around the complex.
Yeah.
I mean, like on holidays, people go out there and like play football, stuff like that. And they just cut the grass, and my daughter took her dogs out for a walk. And before she took them in the house, she realized they were covered with fleas. So the fleas are in the yard.
Yeah.
And we had a massive temperature drop up here, where it's gotten into early fall, which is unusual with the way things have been going in the past. But it gets down into the 40s at night. Then by midday, like right now, it's probably right, the high 60s. By noon, it'll be right in the mid 70s. And then at night, the temperature drops back down again. And I think that's also driving them indoors. So I treated last week, and I got to treat again this week. Just to make sure I get them.
The challenge is everybody needs to treat.
Yeah, especially in an apartment complex where all
because otherwise it's just going to continue to grow. It's like roach problems.
I had to cancel Greg's visit last week because it was just I didn't want to have him come down and then end up taking a bunch home to his pets. So.
And speaking of Greg's visit, and for everybody that's watching, on the 18th, we will not have a show. I want to get the legal disclaimers out. So we will not have a show. Great. You got Greg coming down to hang out with you and play some board games and miniature games. And I am going to be over at Tim's house. He's doing a Halloween-esque style game on the 18th. So,
and I didn't paint any pumpkins for
it. Thank you. I don't think it's I think it's an Old West vampire kind of game. So it'll be fun. I think we're using I forget what game system we're using. It's not one I've ever played, so it'll be interesting.
It'll be fun. It'll be good.
It's not a hard. I'm sure it's not a. It's not like a intense game. It's a beer and pretzel style game. So we'll just have a good time, play some games, and do some stuff. Speaking of miniatures and gaming, should we do some photos?
I have some photos. I have photos ready.
I don't think there's a ton.
Not many. There's not a ton. No, not as much as there are sometimes, especially when we skip a week.
Yeah.
But other good photos. As always.
Pressing buttons is our specialty.
Bang!
I love this model.
There's a great song, Rubber Ducky, you're the one.
Yeah, this is a Gundam Ducky. I don't necessarily.
It was so odd. I thought I'd throw it up there. So.
But
and there also are some pictures with Dave and some celebrities at LVO. I did not put these in the show because I am trying to keep it to a miniature kind of a theme on the pics. I mean, David sometimes throws some pics up. We just got to show this being the few that I do. But definitely check out. I think he's got Sam Lenz.
Yeah,
and another gentleman who's with a influencer. Can't remember his name, but definitely check that out.
Joe stated that his new job is cutting into his painting time. Yeah. Yes.
It happens. Believe me, mine is destroying my painting time.
Mine just destroys me in general.
Yeah.
But that is a cute little model. And those are the boxes. This was something over at Andy's hobby headquarters.
All right. Now I had not ever seen the interior of Andy's. This pic is great, but it also lets me know just how big his store actually is.
Oh, if you ever get back down, this is the warehouse over in Tolleson, and it's just massive.
Yeah, it's just absolute. Yeah, it's huge. I definitely want to. Well, I do and I don't. I think I want to come out. I want to leave my wallet at the hotel, then go there.
I don't know, man. That would be hard for you. That would be hard.
Yeah, it would be.
It would be hard.
I'd be like, I'm going back to the hotel to get my wallet.
Yeah, it's like going to Harbor Freight without your wallet.
Oh yeah, that's just bad.
Yeah. So
I threw these up because they're actually, quite frankly, they're just too cute not to.
Yeah, and I guess it lights up. I don't know if that's like an additional kit or if it came with it. Or
I think it all comes together because he's also got these posted.
Yeah, look at that.
And then there's this. And then there's this. And this is the best part.
Why is that?
The little rubber ducky in the back. I just think that's hilarious. It's powered by a little rubber ducky or something. I don't know.
Looks like it's a little bathtub.
Yeah, a little something.
Yeah, that's fun.
It's hilarious.
It is. It's a neat looking gun. They do some really weird things in the Gundam world.
Yeah, they do. I really have to avoid it because I could be sucked into that world so quick.
Like me?
Yeah, I avoid it. Yeah. I will stick with my Space Wolf obsession. Thank you very much.
All righty. So, we will keep that. And then they put their sign up.
I got the sign up. And I throw that up because you and I knew Andy back when we first started the show. He hadn't been open that long when we first started the show.
No, he's been open he was open for. It's I think when we started the show, he expanded.
Well, when he was just over down the road from D-Shop, he hadn't been open that long.
No.
I mean, he wasn't like, brand new, but he'd only been there maybe a year and a half.
I don't know. I don't know when he opened.
Yeah.
I know I've been going there for a long time.
but now he's in this thing.
Well, he's in both.
I know.
Yeah, he kept his
Crazy.
original store, and then he opened this warehouse. And it's so I guess David's at LVO because part of the warehouse is leased out, or there's some sort of connection with some other company, a gaming company or something.
Right.
David didn't tell me what it exactly was, but I guess part of the warehouse is that, and that's how David got his ride over to LVO.
That's awesome.
Yeah, sometimes you have to be creative.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, neat stuff, but I love it. The wings, the feathers.
Now the thing is, I put these up because he's added highlights.
Yep.
Which I think are just amazing.
It just brings them more to life.
Yeah, it's just fantastic. I really like this.
Yeah,
Really,
that's
really
such a
good.
great stencil.
Yeah.
Very cool. Oh, Don.
And Don's up to doing some great stuff again.
Yes. Oh, good morning, Rex. Got back from hiking in England. Old guy. New guitar YouTube show. Visit several miniature game shops while we're in the UK. Saw lots of minis. It was that I wasn't familiar with. Yeah, UK has a lot of different companies out there.
The number of miniature companies that are in the UK now, just based on the fact that's where GW started.
Yeah.
Yeah. Don, these are fantastic, buddy.
Yeah. Love that robot.
You need to post these on other places, man, like on Build Pay Play, painting Happy Little Minis, that kind of thing. Because these are really nice, man.
And look at that background. Look at the mountain of models.
A bunch of stuff there. This is Mandalorian and Grogu are just fantastic.
Yeah.
His base works really nice.
Yep. Little
very cool.
Different color flock there. So.
Yep. Very, very cool. The work on this cloak is really good too. The stippling back here, and then just
different shades of brown and green.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Well done, sir. Well done.
Yes, for sure.
Golf claps all around. Blazing Saddles.
Yeah. Yes. Love these models.
Mongo like candy.
The likeness is there too. Oh.
Three Amigos.
Yeah.
I need to replace my mouse. It's acting up a bit.
It's acting up.
Acting up.
Don just finished K2SO and he's trying to tidy up or tried to up his basing. He'll post it later. Very cool.
You look fantastic, buddy. Keep going.
Love it. Good stuff. Ah.
Three Amigos.
Yeah. You got all these movie references down.
Yeah. Well, I am a bit of a movie hound.
Yes, you are. You are a major movie hound.
Just a bit.
Very cool.
Which, by the way, speaking of movies, I watched a movie I didn't think I'd like, but I loved it. F1 with Brad Pitt, the Formula One racing movie.
Okay.
Really good.
Okay.
Yeah, really, really good.
We're still waiting for the new Conjuring to come out on streaming because we don't want to go to a movie theater.
My granddaughter and I am going to pick up the entire Conjuring series.
Uh-huh.
I mean, even Annabelle and The Nun, which are the kind of the spin-off movies. And this month, her and I are going to get together once or twice a week, one evening, and watch one of those films in order. Because we both like scary movies. That's the plan, anyway.
Conjuring's awesome.
Yeah, they're a great series of films. They scare the
crap
crap out of me.
Here, I have never tried to post to Build, Paint, Play or stuff like that. I thought they were just those guys. Are there more? Yeah, they're more of a.
Oh, they're a huge community, man. Definitely post them up. Get yourself out there. All right. Tell them I sent you, and then don't tell them. They might let you.
They might delete you.
No, Dave and Jake, that's what it's all about, man. It's all about putting stuff on there because one of the things, if you watch the show, which it happens at 4:00 your time, so you may have to go back and watch it later after the recording. They're live on Tuesday nights at 7. But it's got some phenomenal painters on there, and you can post up and ask questions and get tips and stuff.
Yeah,
really, really cool, man. And same with Happy Little Minis. Both of those are really, really good places to post them.
Good morning, David.
Morning, David.
That movie with Seth Rogen and Keanu Reeves looks good. Seth Rogen and Keanu Reeves. Which one? Which movie? I'm not. I watched the latest installment of John Wick. What is it called? Ballerina.
Ballerina. I haven't seen that yet.
Yeah, still got the bulletproof jackets.
I love that. I wish I had 4. So, yep, these are really good, Joe.
Yes, good stuff.
These are awesome. I'm not sure. I don't recognize these guys.
Don't know who these people are.
I have no idea, none whatsoever.
The car is not a giveaway in any way, shape, or form.
Nope.
No.
Only one of the best concerts I ever saw was with these guys.
Oh my gosh.
It was their Afterburner tour. I loved it. It was unbelievable.
Just goes to show, like, you obviously have to have talent to play, but like you can just play simple rock music and make a career out of it.
Yeah. The men with beards. These two have beards, and his last name is Beard.
Which is ironic, but
it absolutely is. But no, they're fantastic. I love their music.
Yeah.
And like I said, one of the best concerts and I'm a huge, you know how big of an AC/DC fan I am.
Oh yeah.
ZZ Top's Afterburner tour was, in my mind, my number one concert I've ever been to, and I have seen a ton. So
Raymond saying good fortune. Okay, I'll have to take a gander at that.
Yeah, take a gander. These look great, Joe. And again, lovely background change. Yep. I wish it was more to theme.
Yeah, it's so far off theme, but
yeah, it's so far off theme, but yeah.
But it works.
Absolutely.
They need to put a Motorhead set out.
I'll wait till after the show, but remind me to come back to the Motorhead comment because I have something I want to tell you that I saw online. It was funny as heck.
Okay. Oh yeah.
Rob finished this guy up recently.
Very cool. I remember that model. I did that model once.
It's not an easy build or paint.
No. It's a very unique model, especially trying to get all the claws to
line up, sit right. Yeah. And it's one of those models as you think you're getting done, then you realize there's so much more detail that you got to do.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah.
And this is Steve's.
Yeah, I love the Goblin Green base. Yeah. Going old school.
Looking good. And Tim did a bunch of, I think that's maybe for your upcoming game.
Yes, yeah. We're doing an Old West style game. So he did some more I don't remember which company he got these from.
Yeah, the name eludes me as well. They're good looking buildings though.
Yeah. I'm sure I'm gonna be thrown off of that balcony.
Every time I see these era buildings, I long for Darren's Deadwood or his Deadlands campaign.
Yeah.
My gunslinger was actually a lot of fun to play.
The original Deadlands was a really good system because it just had so much support material for it.
Yeah, and I also like how they integrated the cards.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was really good.
Love it. This stuff is cool.
Very good stuff. Very good stuff.
Wanted posters.
And this is my current work in progress.
All right.
It's a deharmonist that leads the Noise Marine unit. And I saw some Emperor's Children done in white, and I wanted to try it. So I'm making the sergeant of the first Noise Marine unit. This is going to be him.
Good morning, Heron.
I gotta do a lot more detail work. I gotta bring some of those colors down. I like the way the white kind of pops out. But I got a long way to go on just getting it finished up. But that's where it's at so far.
Yeah, white's not your favorite color to paint.
This is going well. The problem with white, it's like black. It kind of saturates, so it's really hard to bring out those depths on white, and like it's hard to bring out those highlights in black. It's kind of a flat surface, no matter how it's shaped. So
do you ever watch Rogue Minis?
I do, actually.
Okay, she just recently did one of the Gundam assembled models.
Right.
And she did the grandfather of the original Gundam models. She did white, and she really pushed herself and did a lot of cool shadowing effects and tried a lot of things she doesn't normally do. It might be something worth watching because she pushed a lot of grays and shadowing and stuff like that.
I think the mistake I made with this one is I should have base coated it in gray sea or gray.
Oh,
which
okay.
is the color I use for my wolf spear.
Hmm.
And then just made the white a highlight, not the entire color. I realized that, but it's too late now to go back because all the trim's done. I'm not going to do that trim again.
No,
Um,
no, you're
so
gonna have to.
I'm going to do an entire unit of not Noise Marines, but another Emperor's Children unit is going to be. They're all three going to be this color. But I'm going to airbrush them and base coat them in Gray Seer, and then just use white to bring up the highlight. And that way, I think that'll come out well. I'm not unhappy with this. I kind of wanted him to stand out, and he definitely will. But I got to knock down some of those shadows a bit more.
Yeah.
I'm using Soul Blight Gray right now, which is a nice wash, and I just got to layer back in the white to kind of get a better transition. But it's a project. I'm having fun with it though.
Well, one of the challenges right now, looking at it, is your base and the top of your paint handle, which you're using wrong, is gray.
Right.
So you're not seeing a lot of the shadowing effect.
Yeah, it's kind of once I get the base stuff on the base and get the base painted, that will knock that down a bit.
Yeah.
I got to get some highlights on the darker areas of the in here and in here and up here. I got to knock down the gold a bit and then bring up the highlights a little bit more.
Yeah.
And I got to smooth out some of the transitions here. And then of course the sword, but most of the detail work is done. I'm down just doing shading and highlighting. But I think looking back at it, I should go back on the next ones I do and start with a Gray Seer gray, and then bring it up to white versus starting with white and trying to knock it back down.
Yeah. And sometimes that's the better way to go.
Yeah, no. Well, I'm glad I did it this way because I'm learning. I'm again pushing myself to get those done and get those transitions.
Getting
And I have to say, the Monument Hobbies white is a good white to work with because it's so easy to work with. So, yes. What does Don say?
I've had a lot of luck with white, then Templar white, express colors, and then a very light gray to smooth the white, then an edge highlight with pure white. All right.
That's not a bad idea. That's not a bad idea at all.
Yeah. Well, very cool. Looks like people.
Which is why you should post in other areas, Don. Your stuff's good. Get it out there.
Get it out there.
So
well, I finally finished the base for the Star Wars thing.
Why are there no pictures of that in Discord?
Because I'm terrible about taking photos.
Am I going to have to hire a professional promoter for you to come out and just take pictures every week?
There you go. But I'm trying something new with this because this is the back piece is like a window.
Sure.
So I did that in gloss, and then I did the actual base in flat.
Right.
Trying to give the illusion of light coming in using different types of clear coats.
Yeah.
So I'm just trying something a little bit different. I don't know how it's going to translate once I put all the models on. Today I'm going to head out and buy some fluorescent paint because I want to do the lightsabers in fluorescent. Like I did a base coat on them, but I want to kind of airbrush some fluorescent on the ends of them just to kind of give the illusions of color.
Right.
So I'm messing around with that.
That'd be great.
A stunt photographer to go with the stunt. Yes, for sure. Yeah, I'm not a work in progress photo type person. I'm bad. I'll have to do something about that.
They would come out really weird because you would use the camera in no way it was ever expected to be used.
I would turn my photos upside down. Oh, by the way, I got the box.
Yes.
The wooden box. Thank you very much. It's gorgeous. I love it. Simple design, not over the top.
Nope.
Sometimes simple designs are the best designs.
And if you're ever mugged, it makes a great club.
Exactly. So I love it a lot. And I'm probably gonna the foam tray I'll probably replace with I went on their website. I didn't notice any additional replacement trays that I could order for that particular size.
He does a lot of custom stuff. So if you just email him and tell him what you're looking for, he can cut that.
Okay. Because I want to replace the foam with just a deeper box.
Right.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Where I could just put all my parts and pieces because I don't plan to use it to go out painting.
Right.
I paint at home because, well, I just paint at home.
You're a
But I
homebody.
want to use it to go out and like build and just do like casual things. And I
Yeah.
figured a deeper box in the bottom would allow me the space to just put like partially built models and sprues
Yeah.
and
Well, the
stuff.
other thing is you can always use like one of the small battle foam bags, like the Xfinity bag. It's a small little
Yeah,
bag, couple trays. You can put your painted stuff in there, take that with you, and then have that just to be your toolkit.
that's kind of how I'm looking at it. It's going
Did
to
you
be
get
like,
the axe though?
yes, I got the axe.
Yes, that's the important part.
That was the important part. Well, and I was nervous because when you shipped it, they, for some reason, the post office decided to be really efficient. Because when you shipped it, I told you I was going to be out of town. Don't have
Yeah.
it show up till after Thursday. And I was at Disneyland, and we had some downtime. I was checking my email. I'm like, oh shit, they're delivering the package on Wednesday, and my postal carrier drops off pretty early, and I'm like, holy crap. So I went on, I think it was UPS it went through UPS. And anyway, so I got on their website and I was able to shift the delivery to a location, a UPS store.
Right.
So that way I didn't have to worry about a
Yeah. No.
porch pirate stealing my
Well, I'm glad you. Well, it's amazing the amount of effort I had to do just to make sure that axe got there.
and, well, that was the like if it was just a box, I wouldn't have been that concerned about. Like
Right.
I would be concerned that someone stole from me, but I would be like, okay, it's replaceable. But I'm like, that axe is not replaceable.
Yeah.
I'm like, I've got to get that axe. Like that was
We
my
told everybody watching what that axe was for, right? Last week, our last show.
yeah. It's for the Orc Conan model.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's what I call it.
It was, I think it was a model that Battlefront did for Adepticon.
A long time ago, though.
And it's an orc in a kind of a throne, and he's got this giant battle axe. And I had given that to Mike, but I couldn't find the axe. And then I finally found the axe, and I wanted to get that to Mike, but I didn't want to put it in a little padded envelope by itself. And when we got that box from Nate and his buddy, I thought that'd just be great. Mike loves boxes.
I love boxes.
And he likes to make things work differently and work better in most cases, other than painting handles. And so we sent that out. So I'm glad it made it. I'm really glad it made it.
What's Don saying here? Hobby Forge is doing Tuesday night painting that I was thinking of starting to go to.
You really should, Don, because you've got a lot to pass on, and quite frankly, just you never stop learning either. So having a bunch of people around is the best way to kind of instigate that.
Return the favor. How many people helped you get to where you are, Don? Now it's time to return that favor and help some other young whippersnapper get to your level. So there you go.
And the best thing about that is that's when you start realizing there's other things you can learn too, because there's other ways to go about things, and it just kind of helps.
The thing that I always find fascinating about a lot of things in life, but like painting, there is no one way to paint anything because everybody has a different way of seeing colors. There's some basic foundational information, obviously, but like the way you wet blend's probably different than the way I wet blend, and
absolutely,
and everybody does something a little differently. So you always pick up on little things.
Every painting class I've ever run, I would tell them, I said, listen, I'm not going to teach you these massive skills to make you a golden demon painter right away. What I'm going to teach you are the basics. So there's dry brushing, wet blending, there's brush technique. I'm going to show you those. But here's the thing, as you get used to those and get accustomed to them, that's when your style comes out. That's when, as you start using those different techniques, you start using them your way. So no two people dry brush the same. No two people wet blend the same.
Right.
And you kind of make it yours. And so
cool. What's Heron saying? My apologies. My net connection is going up and down.
Yeah. You live in Elkton, Maryland? Because mine does that all the time.
As for the Noise Marine, perhaps a fine wash of very light blue might work in that.
Oh, that's not a bad idea. That's not a bad idea.
That actually isn't, especially since you have purple in it.
Yeah.
That might actually work out good.
Speaking I did think of doing a very fine, like red or pink shading in there. I thought that might bring it out, but then I thought that might be too much because the base is also in kind of a dark Mephiston red or Word Bearer red. That might be too much red, but actually the blue might not be a bad addition. That might be I guess a really good idea.
Yeah, there you go. And Joe's saying, speaking of Hobby Forge, there's a demo of Cyberpunk Red Combat Zone today from 10 to 5.
Very fantastic. Good.
Are you running the demo, Joe, or are you going to the demo, or you just saw something? I did not see anything on his Facebook page regarding that, but I don't spend that much time on Facebook. So yeah, I would go to the Tuesday night painting thing at Hobby Forge, but I got to be to bed by 8, so I might not be able to stay very long. Me and Blaine. Well, I don't know who that is.
Somebody that Joe knows.
There you go. All right. Hobby Forge it is if you want to learn about Cyberpunk Red Combat Zone. What a long name.
I have my new Chaos Dwarves or the Hellsmiths of Hashut.
Yeah.
For Spearhead. So I'm going to start playing some Spearhead.
Yeah.
And I picked up there's a new supplement coming out for a game called Wrath and Glory.
Wrath and Glory. Why am I Wrath and
Cubicle 7? I think it's Cubicle 7.
Well, I know Cubicle 7, but
They do a Wrath and Glory, which is a 40K RPG.
Oh, that's what I'm thinking of. Yes.
Yeah.
That took a second.
And they have announced that there's a new supplement coming out called Sons of Rust.
I wonder what that might be related to.
Well, I picked up the starter set. I'm going to pick up the rule book here before long, right after I buy my Land Raider. And I'm looking at, ideally what I'm looking at is I'm going to put a little group together that gets together once a month, and I want to run a 40K campaign. And depending on what the information in the Sons of Rust expansion gives me, I'd like to run, as you know, Harry and I wrote Sons of Fenris and Wolf's Honor.
Yes.
Which are basically Ragnar's time in the group called the Wolfblade.
Okay.
And I want to run a campaign based on mine and Harry's books.
Very cool. Very cool.
I thought that would be a lot of fun.
Are you going to do an in-person game? Like, are you going to do it over at work?
Yeah, no, I've got a couple friends that I've kind of gathered, and they're all kind of interested in it. So it's not going to be a big group, maybe me and like 2, maybe 3 other people.
Okay.
Get together once a month and just kind of play some, and I like the system. It's a D6 based system, and I like how it works. The starter set's a little more basic than I wanted, which is why I'm going to grab the rule book too. But I'm gonna give that a try.
Yeah, I never really got into Wrath and Glory. I never really got into a lot of 40K RPG stuff for what I do because I play solo, and it's just I think 40K-esque or 40K adjacent RPGs are really set for, like, you got a squad of dudes and you're going to go out and do something.
Yeah.
You're trying to rid the world of Xenos, and I'm just opposed to that.
If you step away, if you step away from the game aspect of it, which is all about what you're mentioning, and get into the Rogue Trader side of it, it's a pretty rich history. It's a pretty rich background. It's very deep. There's a lot of other let's kill all the Xenos stuff you can do. And it becomes more of a Dungeons and Dragons. It can be kind of a dungeon crawl if you want it to be.
Or
so there's a lot of
crawl. Space Hulk crawl.
You can do that. You can do a lot of different things. And the nice thing about the starter is it gives you pretty much the Rogue Trader that's hired these characters in the starter set. Because the starter set is literally just here's your first adventure. Here are your pre-generated characters, and here's the adventure. And it's kind of restricted in the fact you follow the book all the way through. But it gives you the Rogue Trader that hired you his entire fleet information.
Very cool.
There's so much in-depth stuff. So there's a lot of very much like this D&D campaign going out and searching for these things. Because most D&D campaigns are, here's your end goal. Well, to do this goal, you got to go get this item. You got to go get that item. You got to go get this person. You kind of bounce around, and you can do that in 40K. There's even actually one of the pre-generated characters is a Space Marine Scout.
Oh, there you go.
So you can. It's very rich and very deep. So there's a lot of D&D type stuff that you can do in the 40K universe. The problem is, everybody looking at 40K outside in it's go kill the Xenos.
Yeah.
But if you look at it from the poor guy like you and I would be in a 40K universe going, I'm not a Marine, and I'm on this hive world. There's a lot of other stuff you can get to underneath that makes it kind of a rich way to play. And
I would be a mechanic that fixes all the broken ships.
Absolutely. And so there's a lot of things you can do to make it a very similar to any other fantasy or sci-fi role-playing game.
Well, and I think they took the maybe they took, I don't know for sure, because the old world, they're doing Cubicle 7's releasing the old world RPG, and it's a D6 dice pool system.
Yep.
So they're breaking away, because Warhammer Fantasy RPG is a D10 percentile system. The first 4 editions have all been D10 percentiles, but the old world's breaking away from all that, and it's going to a D6 dice pool. And you're saying that Wrath and Glory is a D6 system?
It's really actually kind of simple. You have skills, of course, like any RPG. It's a D6 based system. And you are looking for, basically, to do anything in the game, you have to hit a difficulty number.
Yeah.
That difficulty number, whatever you're trying to do, you'll utilize whatever skills you have, which are given a numeric value. So, for example, if you're doing something that requires you to do strength and endurance, you take the number of those 2 stats, say it's 7, but you add the 2 together. So one's a 4, one's a 3, comes a 7. That's how many dice you roll.
Okay, so it's a dice pool system.
It's a dice pool system. And then a 4 or 5 give you 4, 5, and 6 gives you icons. So on a 4 and 5, you get 1 icon for each 4 and 5 you roll. 6s give you 2 icons. So basically, for every 4 and 5 you roll, you get 1 icon. For every 6 you roll, you get 2. And so we roll the number of dice that's basically from your dice pool. You roll them. You add up the icons that you've rolled, and if the icons either equal to or greater than the difficulty number, you've succeeded.
Oh, that's simple.
And it's really basic. It's really simple.
I might have to pick up that starter box.
Yeah, it's a good, and the adventure is really good. I've never, in all the years of running fantasy and a little bit of cyberpunk I ran, I was always better freewheeling it.
Yeah.
Just doing my own thing. So this is but what it is going to give me is a really good way of, because you learn the game as playing the system.
Yeah.
So as you're running your narrative, it'll tell you if this character is in the game, one of the pre-gens, they need to make this test. They make that, so it actually walks you step by step through the entire game.
Which a starter box is supposed to do.
But it's also set. I could do it solo if I wanted to.
Very cool.
I could literally sit and play it solo to teach myself the system. And the character sheets are in these really nice little fold-out folders. Yep. And they all have their background all fleshed out, their secrets all fleshed out. So I'm going to kind of do that myself to kind of learn the system, and the universe is so vast, it gives you a lot of data for the universe.
Well,
and once I've got myself,
with all your knowledge of the universe, writing your own books and stuff like that, you should be able to flush out the world relatively easily.
I want to eventually get around, if I know the system well enough, to write a campaign for a group. It doesn't have to all be Space Marines or Space Wolves. But I want to do one that's set in the environment that Harry and I created for our 2 novels.
There you go.
So that's what we're headed to. So.
And are fleas going to be in that world?
Right now, yeah. Hopefully after today, no.
It just kind of dawned on me why the fleas are in your house. You're a space wolf.
I'm a space wolf. I've got fleas.
So
the set, as I said, I was role playing my previous character as an Orkin pest control technician. After my pet died, I'm now infested with fleas.
There you go.
But I will get that sorted today. I'm hoping.
Heron mentioned I would have thought it would be more like Gamma World than D&D.
Could be.
Yeah.
Could be. And what I mean by the D&D comparison is
the adventure styles.
The adventure style, you're not out hunting to kill Xenos. You can be doing a lot of things. Like every D&D game you play, you are trying to put pieces together to reach your end objective in the campaign. Right. Whether that's set in fantasy, you got to go find a weapon, got to go find a gem, got to go find a person. Same thing is true here. It's all the same.
Mutant space fleas.
Yeah, well, that's what it feels like, to be honest with you. I gotta be. That's what, if you guys see me doing this all day long, because I'm going. I don't have fleas, but my apartment has them, and I got to get it sorted.
There you go. Well, and one of the things I like to do with my solo games when I start them out is I'm just playing an ordinary person living in the world.
Mm-hmm.
So I have like a job or I'm trying to do something.
Right.
And then something happens that causes me to make a decision point of, well, do I ignore this or do I take action towards it? And then move in that direction. It kind of sounds like what you're doing is you're going to play the ordinary world,
right,
of people just living their lives in this ordinary world, and then something's going to happen to cause them to engage in an adventure, a conflict, a thing, or do something.
Right.
And
right.
they've got the usual: go out and kill something, go out and find something, go out and rescue someone, or go out and solve something. So
according to the Greeks, there are only 7 actual original story arcs. There really are.
There's some truth to that.
If you look at any film, there's 7 storylines that you follow. They're different in variety, but there's literally only 7 storylines, and it's the same thing. It's just fantasy or sci-fi in whatever you're doing. I think if you actually picked up the stars, it's only like $30.
Yeah, it's not expensive.
And it comes with it. It gives you a set of dice. It gives you the background for. I mean, quite frankly, at the end of the adventure that you run, the characters inherit the ship they're on to use for themselves, and the entire crew's fleshed out for you. It's all there.
Yeah.
So even if I never play that adventure, I've got all this data that I can use over here.
Well, source material. David's talking about an avatar campaign. You are the avatar.
Yeah.
Yeah. Very cool stuff. Well, I'm excited for you. The fact that you're going to be venturing back into the RPG world.
Yeah. Well, that's when I started playing 40K. What attracted me to it was, even though I knew it was a miniature game, it has always. If you look at Rogue Trader, when you're reading it, you're going, "This is a really cool RPG."
Yeah.
Because that's really what it was about. It was all character driven.
Especially when you get into fantasy with the realms of chaos and the damn, like that's just building custom character stuff.
Yeah, it's what it's all about. And I really want to give this a try because I just want to get back into role playing a bit more.
Yeah.
And I like the system. I like the difficulty number and the dice pool. And so I kind of like it. So.
Aaron saying, Agnar the mighty hut has burned down in a lightning storm. He must now undertake a dangerous quest in order to earn enough gold to rebuild it. Yeah.
That's pretty much it.
Pretty much it. So
beginnings of an adventure.
Yeah. You've just started an RPG. So, and I rolled a natural. Now, this is going to be the problem for you if you're playing in that game. Is you have to roll 4, 5s, and 6.
And you've also struck on why I don't go play craps at a casino.
Well, if you're gonna bet on crapping out, you'd be just fine.
I'd be great. But see, that's just it. My dice aren't like that. They just don't roll low. They roll whatever I don't need.
Right. And if you set in your mind you need to crap out, you're gonna roll 7s.
I'm gonna boxcar or do something really weird.
Yeah, you're gonna be the person everyone's betting. They're gonna go, "What do you want, Jeff?" And you're gonna go, "Well, I want boxcars," and then everyone's gonna bet against that.
Now, for a short time, when I was working at Waterloo Games down in Gilbert, before I opened the 28th Avenue store, we would close the shop up on Wednesdays, and we'd drive to the casino in the South Valley, and we'd hang out there till like 1 or 2 in the morning. I literally played video craps every trip.
Okay.
Which is just basically you have one of those track balls.
Yeah.
And you're at a table and everybody else is around, but it's all done on a video screen.
You just roll it.
I ended up not stop going, but I was like $600 up on video craps.
Oh, boy.
But I know for a fact that if I ever actually went and threw dice at a real craps table.
So real dice are your enemy.
Yes, I would lose.
So you need digital dice. So you need to download a digital dice app for your games. So that
there you go. Yeah.
You can roll your dice digitally. Yeah. So, well, that'll be cool. It'll be exciting. I'll have to take a look at that starter box. I know it's really inexpensive, and it
really is. It's just basic, and it's not really there's a campaign book and a background book, and then you've got 6 pre-generated characters that are really, really fleshed out really well.
Yeah.
And they all have secrets that you have to because you're not. There's a thing on the back that has the picture of the character you're playing and a history. You lay those out, and the person has to decide they're going to play that character before they actually flip it over and open it up.
Got it.
And then you find out that there's an entire history with strengths and weaknesses, but there's also a lot of secrets that the game will use against you later, and it's kind of cool.
Cubicle 7 puts out some really nice products.
It's a decent product. Like I said, I the only disappointment I had to it was I was hoping that it would have an actual rule book in it, and it did not.
Right.
But I can pick that up. And the actual rule book is about twice the cost of the box set.
Yeah, but if I'm not mistaken, it's a pretty beefy rule book.
Yeah, so I'm gonna pick that up as well. But I'm gonna start. I'm gonna run the adventure solo, and probably do it a couple times using different combinations of characters.
Sure.
And just get the system. But the system seems really simple.
Well, and one of the things on a lot of the Cubicle 7 books is you don't need to buy like a GM's guide, a player's guide, and a monster man. It's pretty much all in the book. So that way you're just buying the one book. You should have everything you need, especially for what you're trying to do, because you don't need any of the other source books or any of the adventure books or anything like that. You just need the core information because you're going to place everything in your world and kind of move. So now it could lead you to writing your own little supplement.
Yep.
Hey, look at that. Because you have a thing about writing.
Well, yeah, Harry and I we started a novel, and then when they didn't mention the wolf spear in the new codex, because we were going to do a wolf spear novel, we thought, well, maybe we want to back off on that a little bit. So we're actually now talking about where we want to go. I think we've got a base storyline. We just got to now kind of reset it because we were set in the wolf spear kind of the area as one of the the second founding chapters or the Primaris founded chapters. And we're backing off from that, but we're going to stick with the main storyline, but bring it back to a more of a Fenris-based Space Wolf story. We just haven't had a chance to sit down and write it. And Harry and I are probably going to be doing an autograph session sometime in the next month or two down at a store in Virginia that wants us to come down and do a signing for our books.
Oh, that'd be exciting.
Yeah, so we'll see
you're going to have to wear more than a t-shirt and jeans. No tracksuit.
No tracksuit. I'm going to have to actually put like pants on.
I know. That's going to be uncomfortable.
I don't know if I can make it. I have to call out sick.
I'm going to have to call out sick. I got to put pants on.
I'll get a stamp for Harry. Here's Jeff's autograph.
There's one of the guys from work, one of the officers. He likes cold climate, and he wears shorts all year round. But at work, we have a policy during certain months you're not allowed to wear shorts. And he is so uncomfortable wearing pants. He just complains the entire time about having to wear pants.
I pretty much wear sweatpants every day.
Yeah.
But when I have to wear pants, like, oh man.
Say, and I just wear pants all the time. No one needs to see my chicken legs. All right. Is there anything else you want to chat about?
No, I think we're good to go.
All right. So we're not going to make any promises about next week's show. As of right now, our intentions are to have a show next week. If that show happens, is undecided until the last minute.
Yes. We will, as wizards, if we feel we are needed, we will appear.
Exactly. If we feel it is necessary for us to appear, we will appear. Yeah. If we do not feel it's necessary, because Jeff might be overtaken by space mutants.
Yeah, the ongoing saga of the Elkton, Maryland flea invasion.
Yes,
it's still continuing. So.
That might become a thing. Jeff might be covered, and we may never see him again.
Well, if I say we're not having a show because I'm moving, you know that I've lost and I'm retreating.
I can't take it. Hopefully, your complex will do something.
Yeah, we're talking to management right now. So
because that is terrible. Thank you for joining us, Heron. It's always nice to hear from you. But definitely go on Discord because I have a feeling David will be posting pictures of his event. I'm sure right now, because today's Saturday, he's probably just in awe of all the stuff that he's looking at.
You mean he found a barrel of dice? And quite frankly, the other reason I didn't put his pictures in today's show, when he gets back and he's got all of his pictures up, I'll actually probably do a David at LVO kind of a thing.
Yes, because I don't know anybody else that went. I'm sure lots of people went.
Oh, absolutely. I don't know. I don't either.
I don't know anybody off the top. Like, I'm sure I know people, but I don't know anybody that's part of our community that went. David's the only one that I know went. And it'll be neat to see some of the other video. I know Uncle Adam will probably do a video on that. I'm sure some of the other channels will do videos like Ninjon and Manic. Will most likely do something. So I'll check it out. I'm more curious to see how the new venue's working out for them and kind of the vibe of the new arrangement that they have, because it looks like they've grown it to be, they're trying to grow it and not to compete with Gen Con or Adepticon, but they're moving slowly in that direction. It takes time to build such a mass, like Adepticon and Gen Con didn't start out as these massive conventions like they are now. They started didn't the Gen Con start out at like a house in Wisconsin?
Yeah, it was somewhere up. Yeah, it started off really, really small and just kind of grew from there.
Yeah, it took many, many, many years for it to grow into the behemoth that it has turned into.
And right now, as far as me attending, I'm focused on getting to Adepticon next year.
Yeah,
there's a lot of stuff going on there that I don't want to talk about yet until I know for sure what's going to happen.
Okay.
But yeah, so that'll be kind of cool too if I can make it. That's the big thing. Just gotta make sure I can get there.
That's always, well, now that they've moved and they've had their first show at their new venue, I'm sure some of the bugs will get worked out.
The new venue is fantastic, so I think it's going to be great.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. All right, everybody. Well, we're going to bounce, and everybody have a great weekend, and we will maybe not see you next week. Well,
probably will, but
probably
we'll leave it kind of open for now.
we'll be in the 90 percentile range.
Yes.
There's going to be a show next week, but we never know what's going to happen at the last minute. So
yeah, life gets in the way.
All right, everybody. Y'all have a great weekend. We'll talk to you again. Bye.
See ya.